Hi, my name is Larry Erickson, and I am an intentionally misclassified independent contractor working for a company called Deliver It, which operates multiple locations in California with over 1,000 employees, several hundred of which are intentionally misclassified independent contractors. Today is Wednesday, July 31st. It's 10:18 in the morning, and I'm about to go make a bunch of deliveries on my route, servicing the zip codes and cities of communities of Yucaipa, Oak Glen, and Calamasa here in California. I have worked for Deliver It first as a real employee, starting September 27th, 2023, when I went to work for the DI Express division of Deliver It in San Bernardino, California, where there were about 29 employees, a couple managers, and the rest were drivers and a couple of dispatchers. And I did a big route of about 200 miles driving to medical clinics and administrative offices and a lab in Westminster, which is in Orange County, California, and then did some optometry and payroll deliveries. And today I'm doing a bunch of payroll for ADP and paychecks and lots of other deliveries of items, Tilly's and iHerb and many, many other companies, Nespresso, Avon. They all contract with Deliver It to provide delivery and courier services. So part of the problem is that employees actually have rights, and there are laws establishing that employees have to get paid. Well, Deliver It currently owes me $6,000. And the reason I'm making the video today is that rent is due tomorrow. And we have sent multiple emails and requests for pay, and basically zero response. And many of us that are misclassified independent contractors have done work stoppages, have complained, have walked out. Many people have left, and this is a big ongoing problem with I'm going to say hundreds of independent contractors that are working for the company. And they're misclassified in that they really should be employees, and the company is intentionally misclassifying us so that they don't have to pay Social Security, they don't have to pay workers' comp, they don't have to pay unemployment insurance, they don't have to pay us on time, and everything else that goes along with being an employee and the responsibilities that employers and the laws that they have to follow. So obviously, they're saving a big bunch of money by doing things illegally. And in fact, they're charging us to have direct deposit. They're making us go through some scam company out of Massachusetts whose owners have already been jailed and federally fined thousands of dollars, and they deduct money for that company to be affiliated as independent contractors. Big scam. It's a racket. And that we get to have occupational accident insurance, which is supposed to replace workers' comp, but of course it's not the same. And for that, we get to pay them $108 a month out of our pay. Yeah, so Aflac accident insurance is $27 a month. So if we were to be able to get that ourselves. So that just gives you an idea of what the scam is and what's going on. So several of the people who work for the company have worked for the company for years as independent contractors. So this just didn't start a couple of months ago. I know one guy, Sam, who's worked for the company for 6.5 years as a misclassified independent contractor. And he's finally left because he couldn't take it anymore. He has 3 kids and not getting paid. I have a wife and a 17-year-old daughter, and I have $40. So how am I going to pay the rent tomorrow? And today I asked for an executive's email, who I spoke to in person a couple of weeks ago, who was in our office in Ontario. They wouldn't give it to me. They said, oh, we'll call your manager in Santa Fe Springs, Omar, who's new, by the way, and we'll let him know when you talk to him. So he said, oh, call me in an hour and I'll explain things to you. I don't want an explanation. I want you to give me a check. So Sam has filed a labor violation complaint, and several others have filed labor violation complaints, and they have either left the company or they're still working part-time. Some of them have gotten paid and some of them have not. I have contacted the state and tried to explain the situation and let them know, and hoped I would talk to somebody. That was starting in April. So this is the second part of the interesting thing, is that since April, the State of California Labor Division and the Labor Enforcement Task Force has known about what's going on with this company through multiple worker complaints. And of the 3 people that I know who have filed, no one has gotten a phone call or an email or any kind of response from the state of California and the Labor Board. And now understand, this is hundreds of employees, hundreds of workers, and they're illegally making us be part of a scam and paying some out-of-state company hundreds of dollars every month times, yeah. Well, this company, NICA Incorporated, was operating an LLC in California. They were shut down and suspended and terminated, but they're still operating in California. And they went to court and were found guilty in San Diego County of insurance fraud in 2006, but only for insurance fraud, and yet they're still operating. And nobody has looked at them for any other violations of the law, like racketeering. And they were also found guilty in Massachusetts in 1997 by the federal government. So apparently they're still operating in multiple states. If anybody took the time to look them up, they would find multiple lawsuits and actions against them by not only state governments, but other entities, and for fraud and conspiracy and other violations. And yet, from multiple state attorney generals to the federal government to the California, no one has done anything. Nobody has shut them down. And they're operating in the open, as far as I can see. And apparently, most workers don't know what their rights are, haven't figured it out, and haven't made complaints. Although there were complaints by actually bicycle messengers in San Francisco, and they tried to start an organization called Stop NICA, which lasted a few years, and apparently they weren't successful because nobody took them seriously and no action was taken, obviously because they're still doing it. So I digressed off into NICA, but that's part of the thing. So Deliver It, DI Logistics, DI Overnight, at 1900 South State College Boulevard, Suite 450 in Anaheim, is working with them and doing this independent contractor scam, scheme, intentional, illegal misclassification. And the state of California should have known about it for years and has done nothing. And since April, when we've made complaints, they have taken no action, have not contacted us, and have done nothing. And we are suffering. We're not getting paid, and we're continuing to have deductions out of our paychecks when we get paid, and we're not obviously being treated well, and we're not getting the benefits of protection of the law, and yet we're still working. So look at, yesterday I had 62 deliveries. Today I have just under 60, maybe 55. And this is every day, Monday through Friday. And some people have 100, depending on, the area of the city they're working in. So money is coming in. It's not like there's only 5 things and, this company is suffering. And this is all over California. So, there's a huge problem. And whether, the owners of the company are pocketing everything for their Mercedes and their nice houses in Orange County or their lifestyle or whatever, but something needs to be done and the state needs to take some action. And I don't know why they haven't, got an injunction in court and made something happen and take place, and why they're just looking the other way and letting this go on. So I finally decided to make this video because nothing else seemed to be working. And I'm going to put this out there on my YouTube channel and other places because I've got $40 and tomorrow the rent is due. I've got the family of 3 and our kitty cats, and I don't know how I'm going to pay for anything. And applied for food stamps, and we'll see what happens. So hopefully some people in power will see this and word will get out, and they will make something happen and get this company to do the right thing. And that's the key. Do the right thing. It's not hard because they were doing it before. They bought All Counties Courier, which was operating in all the counties and in Southern California, and they paid their people by the hour. They were a successful courier service and doing Planned Parenthood clinics, medical clinics, dental clinics, optometry clinics. I've even delivered medication to Kaiser pharmacies at the hospitals, working for the blood bank in LA County, delivering medications, delivering the payrolls, and lawyers' offices, title companies, mortgage companies, and they killed a lot of that business, by the way. We're doing so much work with title companies, and apparently they decided that they didn't need the money. I mean, that's what it boils down to. Let's get rid of clients that are paying us money so we don't have to pay our contractors, So anyway, yeah. But it's not a hard thing. Lots of businesses are doing it. All these businesses that I'm delivering to, they pay their employees by the hour. They pay them on time, and it's all happening. So why is it that freaking Deliver It, who I deliver payroll to multiple places, sometimes like one day I did Rancho Cucamonga and was over 100 payrolls, but they can't pay us? Really? I can deliver 100 payrolls, but my company can't pay me by the hour like everybody else in the world and pay me on time. It's wrong. And the state of California, the labor board, the labor commissioner, and that staff, they either need to be replaced or educated, and the governor, Newsom, and the state legislature, Democrats, should get off their butts and do something. Because this isn't a Republican oligarchy nightmare, which, they're fine in Texas. Oh, hey, just take advantage of the workers. We can always get some more Mexicans. Okay, that's not how it is in California. So frickin' do something and stop letting all these companies like Deliver It scam us and take advantage of us, because frickin' rent in California is, and we need the money. Thank you. Send us the money now. And I'm off to make some payroll deliveries just down the street here on Dunlap Boulevard in Yucaipa. And pretty soon I'm going to go up Yucaipa Boulevard and deliver there to farmer boys and everybody else, and they're going to get paid, but I'm not. Have a good day. Ciao.